Hey guys, welcome back. I got an exciting project today. It's kind of crazy wall art. It's something I've had up in the shop for some years. I've made it a couple years ago, but it hadn't been running, and I'm going to show you today. It all started with those animated reindeers we all see throughout the yards come the holidays. They're wonderful, they're cute, they're bright, but they're a pain to store, and I got tired of storing mine. So I ended up making mine into wall art, but unfortunately the cheap motors that come with them aren't really worth a darn. So this is going to be a video on how to replace the motors, but these are not going to be the same exact motors. These are the older version, which use a different style motor. But since you can't find the older motors, this is how to take, I think it was like a $10 or $12 motor, which you'll only find seasonal towards the end of the year. Just Google animated reindeer motors and it'll be like the first listing. I'm not sure they're shop anymore because I bought mine actually last Christmas. Just unfortunately this is the year almost up and I'm just getting to this project. So let me put you on the tripod and we'll get started with this. Well, alright guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is kind of a close-up shot. I hope you can see this. This is the one of the animated reindeers that his head goes side to side. I just fixed him off camera, so then I decided let's go ahead and film this. And once he's plugged in, as long, let me get this out of the way, he's got to have like an unobstructed type movement, or once he gets moving, then it continues on from there. I've kind of stuck him on my literally messed up bench right now, but that's the basic movement. Let me just unplug him. Alright. Push him back as far as possible, and what we can see here in the shot is the new motor. Now if you notice, a lot of guys are going to laugh, but here's going to be the issue. We have the new motor, but if you notice, it's kind of right now held on with these big heavy duty zip ties. My original idea, because we can't use the original screw holes, there's actually 4 provided, where the original motor, which would have been this one right here, if you notice on the back side, you're going to have a bunch of multi-holes to screw the motor down to this funky plate. You're going to have 4 screws. You're going to have the arm, which I have the original arm on the new motor, and you're going to have a short little funny looking screw. Now what I did was I took the new motor, which I happen to forget to bring up to the video. Alright. Sitting in the original packaging from a year ago. Now, you notice the back sides of these 2 motors. Hopefully I got y'all in frame. You got the one, I guess the new style, it clips in somehow. Not sure, because I have the older style which uses screw holes. It would have been screwed down, then your arm would have gone through. Now the front side, they're definitely different. The wiring on the old motor, you're just going to have your single power wire, where these new motors, let's see, hopefully like I said I got it in frame using the GoPro. But the new one, what it does is it has a plug that plugs into your power source, but since like I have 2 of these, instead of having to go to some kind of T power splitter, what I can do is take the power plug from this side, plug it into my second one, then run a single line out, which is pretty cool. It's very handy. Now, like I was stating, the only way I was able to mount this new motor, if you wanted to keep your old ones going, I had to use zip ties, or you can use hose clamps, maybe thick baling wire, wrapped around and twisted to kind of close it. What we're going to also do is go ahead and replace this other one. Let me see, get y'all in the shot here. I think we're about close enough where you can possibly see this. Make sure. Now, so far the only tool I'm going to need is Phillips head screwdriver. Go ahead and stick it there, and we're going to go ahead and remove all 4 screws. Alright, should use my power driver to do this faster. I apologize, guys. But instead of having to go 2 takes, we'll just go ahead and just do this now. But as I said earlier in the video, this is kind of my wall art. Who's always been to somebody's house who's an avid hunter or fisherman, you see something dead on the wall. Well, it looks cool. Nothing much to it. So what I did was basically, I have my reindeers here, Bonnie and Clyde. That's the male and female. Just a funny nickname. Everybody gets a kick out of these on the wall. Now, once you undo the 4 screws, you're going to basically you remove your cotter pin or whatever you got that holds the little arm in place. Holds on right there. Kind of slips over and it's got a cotter pin thing, but mine have never had the cotter pins because I got them used, and that's really why, and I just never cared to put them in. So what I'm going to do is, you notice the size of the arm that comes on the old one. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull the screw that keeps the old arm in place. Pull the screw, save it to the side, just pop it off. Now I have the old motor detached. We can throw that down. We'll go ahead and get rid of the other one for right now. We're going to go ahead and grab our new unit, keeping my original screw that came out of my old unit that holds the arm in. We're going to go ahead and take this one out. Go ahead and pull the screw completely out, and what we're going to do is go ahead and set it down. We can reuse it for something else. It basically looks like a wood screw. Pull the new arm, which you notice all the arms come the same. They don't come any different for the newer version, unlike the older version. So here goes the longer arm. And you notice the mounting points are also different. Go ahead and slip on the old arm. You have to line up the holes because this little wood screw is going to go through a center hole in that shaft. And if I can, there we go. Go ahead and screw her down. Now, snug it up, do the same, same as removal. You want to reinsert everything. Now here goes the tricky part, because I was able to do that side pretty well easily. Now here's what I'm going to do is I'm taking the motor, line it up like it would normally supposed to be, but what I'm going to do is go ahead, you know what, let me go ahead and get y'all on my headband and so you can see this a little easier. Hopefully y'all can kind of see what I'm seeing. I keep forgetting, guys. I apologize that I bought this GoPro and I have like every accessory for it in the hopes that I can start creating a little bit better videos such as this. Getting back on track, I apologize on that. Alright, now if you kind of see, have the arm, which is, hopefully you can kind of see that, kind of has your hole going through here, which lines up through here. As I stated that this motor mounts a little differently. So what we're going to try to do is kind of mount it like it's supposed to go, and all we're trying to do is be creative in how to attach it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull Bonnie's head off here. Poor thing, I just decapitated her. We'll stick it off to the side. Let's grab one of the big zip ties. Now it's just a matter of running it through here, securing it. Like I said, I would prefer to use a big hose clamp of sorts. That would have been my main go-to, but being 11 o'clock at night, I was really just, what started out was kind of goofing around, just decided to turn it into, let's just get this damn thing done. I apologize on that. But, we're already 8 months, actually I've had this probably 9 months or 10 months. I think I bought it last Thanksgiving. As you can see, what I'm doing is just feeding it, and we're going to pull this tight. As it's gotten tight, let's go ahead and undo the little wire tie. Alright. Closest outlet. And what we're going to do is move this other wire out the way. What I'm doing is just kind of just watching it and checking it. It's got to go. This thing's got to go so far back and so far forward. And if I don't believe it's going far enough forward, we're just going to just kind of move it just to see what it's going to do. But it definitely functions a lot better than the original unit. There's not a bunch of high-pitched noise. That's alright. Let's unplug it. And you'll notice, I don't know if it's gears or what, but if you ever open up the old motors, you don't find much in them. Alright, that's going to start slipping. So what I'm going to do is just grab one more. And what I'm going to try, not to get the arm, what I'm going to try is basically make an X so they cross each other, Just for a quick note for you guys, if you don't want to go out and buy a whole big pack of these heavy-duty zip ties, a lot of times if your local convenience store puts out those big giant signs by the road advertising cigarettes, if it's an independent store and then you know the people, ask them. They usually have a bunch of these. And I remember my job, we actually bought some for some project, and I ended up getting to keeping them, plus all the hundreds others that we get shipped in for no reason. They were free, and they worked. And it looks like we have complete motion, nothing's binding up. Plugged it in for a quick second. Alright, we're going to go ahead and unplug this. And out of 1,000 of these, I grabbed the crappiest pair. Well, alright, so far that's it. Quick and easy. So you can use a $12 motor with some old parts to revive some of these old units. No point in throwing them away. I mean, they're good to go. I wouldn't. Only thing left really is to wire this up, and what I'm going to do is take the little female end from one, pass over a male end. Actually, I'm going to do it the opposite way, and that's so I can hook the power up to it. And there you go. So what I'll do is just grab a zip tie, zip this up. It's kind of a little extra wiring, especially the way I had it routed before, but it's no big deal. At least it's out of the way, or I'm sorry, it's done right now. So let me go ahead and zip wire this up, and I'll put it up on the wall and show you what we got. Oh guys, if you notice, Bonnie and Clyde are back up on the wall. I just thought it was kind of cool. Well, got it was my sniper shotgun. There's that build video if you'd like to look it up in my playlist. It's basically a bolt style action, single shot, sniper little shotgun I had built a couple years ago. But getting back on the subject, there goes Bonnie and Clyde. Just definitely got to get that mess from behind it so it'll sit flush against the wall. What else for a cool man cave? Something that's unusual and different. I had planned one day putting little name tags, like getting little brass cursive writing name tags, naming them out, Bonnie and Clyde. I am going to hopefully around probably Christmas time. I should get a little bit of time, and what I'm going to do is actually cut patterns and sew it, and basically make a first sleeve that slide over these. So I figured that'd be creative right there. Maybe even get some of my buddies to give me some antlers. I'll actually maybe put some real antlers on Clyde, and I don't know, maybe even her right here. Get rid of these. So Bonnie could use some, maybe get some real antlers. I know hunting season I usually can get my hands on a lot. But there it goes. Easy, simple way to get your animated deers fixed. Especially these are the older style. The instructions, they look kind of ghetto. But this isn't the newer style that you're going to be accustomed to. Those should swap out differently than what I've done. And this should definitely work if you're going to mount them into your yard. There's no difference. Worst case scenario, every year you have to swap the cheap zip ties out. Guys, let me know what you think. Any questions, comments down below. Give me a thumbs up. I know y'all guys see it down there. Subscribe too if you're not on my channel yet. Well guys, thank you so much, and I appreciate you watching.